that. But anyway, it's out now via AOR Heaven, and right now I'm being joined by Shawn to share some stories about the music, share more info about what Midnight City has got cooking. So Shawn, welcome to the show.
Hey dude, how's it going?
It's going absolutely lovely, I would say. Right, well, let's go listen back to that track, Give Entryway into Midnight City. The track came across my desk, and Emma has yet to send me anything that I terribly disagree with, so I thought, well, let's check it out. And as I told you in the pre-roll, I absolutely crap my pants. It's 100% everything that I love about music.
That's great.
Now, big honking question is, I mean, maybe the title says it all, but what is this track about? Who's supposed to be giving you love? Are they withholding it? What's going on?
I'm glad you asked, John. I'm glad that you asked. Basically, it's sort of Rob, who's our singer that wrote the song. He's very much in touch with, the party tunes and having a good time. And I think that's pretty much what it's about. Give Me Love is sort of, it's to a degree of being accepted, and we're putting our thing out there, our personalities, and we want that to be received well by people. And Give Me Love really is just us putting ourselves out there and saying, here we are, we're not going to hide. We're loud and we're proud and we're doing what we're doing. And let's all feel the love together,
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
And it's in the chorus states in the true old fashioned way. So not the modern day love, we're talking about the love of the 80s, which obviously we're trapped in a bit of a time warp thing, but it's not the worst place to be trapped.
Depends on how you look at it. There also was Reagan and Thatcher right around that time.
This is absolutely. Yeah. Well, like I said, I wasn't actually around in the 80s, so I suppose I can theoretically talk about it and reminisce as if it, romanticize about it as if it was amazing, but I wasn't actually there, so you're probably better at giving a bit of a perspective on all of that.
It was funny. There was one time, because when early 2000s, when there was a big, massive 80s revival that started popping up after, the 90s, the dust from the 90s settled. And I remember somebody commentating on, like, really, you want to bring back the 80s? Like, okay, maybe the music was good. And then it just went on about the economic downturns and the political struggles and the wars and, like, all this stuff. Like, oh, now that you mention it, yeah, I guess it was kind of crappy. But the music, on the other hand, that really pulled it through, I think.
Yeah, that's kind of seems to be the issue when pretty much everyone sort of romanticizes about nostalgia and things like that, because you seem to remember things better than what they are. There's that song, is it Baz Luhrmann, that everybody wears sunscreen or something? He states a really cool line where he says about remembering things better than what they actually were and things. And I didn't really realize as I've got older myself, I've started to talk to people like, oh, when I was younger, we used to do this, and it's not necessarily completely true as well, but it's just something that you do. Mm-hmm. You just seem to want things to be better than what they were. Exactly. But the music of the 80s, I'm sure nobody can overhype or over dramatize how good it must have been growing up.
Sweet. Now, for Rock Metal Nation who dug the track Give Me Love, we'll be super excited to know that there is a music video that accompanies the track where you can see the boys rocking out, and they just about have everything nailed except for the modern technology on the floor. It looks like a head rush pedal or a Line 6 Helix or something.
That's exactly what it is. That's Miles' Line 6 Helix. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Well spotted.
I was like, whoa, man, it's getting sweet tone out of that thing.
Yeah, ignore the Marshall or whatever's in the background, because that thing's not doing anything. It's all the Helix.
Exactly. Just a wooden frame holding all the hopes and dreams.
Just smoke and mirrors, buddy. It's all smoke and mirrors.
Beautiful. And even the red guitar. There's something just super 80s about a red guitar.
Yeah, well, since that video, he's actually had like 3 others made, which he's had them all custom sprayed, like sort of like road flare red and all these crazy colours. And he sort of has a hard job picking which one to take on the road when we have a show, because he's sort of that's like eeny, meeny, miny, mo, which one gets to come out to play, sort of thing.
Exactly.
But it's really cool, those the colours that he has.
Perfect. All right, now for Rock Metal Nation who wants to check out that music video and see the band rocking out, can do so by going to today's show notes at www.therockmetalpodcast.ca. And speaking of some party tunes like you mentioned earlier, Shawn, let's go and listen to the next track, Here Comes the Party. Hey, Rock Metal Nation, it's John from the Rock Metal Podcast with some great news. We're now on Patreon. For $1 a month, you can help grow the Rock Metal Podcast directly. Head over to patreon.com/the Rock Metal Podcast for more information. That's patreon.com/the Rock Metal Podcast for more information.
Thank you.
All right, coming back from the track, Here Comes the Party, which, I mean, the energy on the album as a whole is just infectious, contagious. I mean, you guys really, really nailed it. I've been meaning to explore the album before that, but I can't put this one down. It's got Anti-Gravity on it, Shawn.
Yeah, that's good, because we don't want people to put it down, so I'm glad.
Now, I mean, you mentioned that Rob's really good at being in tune with, the party side of things, and obviously here's a song called Here Comes the Party, so maybe it's just a track about partying, but I mean, maybe take us through what went into crafting the song.
Yeah, well, it's sort of, in a way, it's like an ode to Skid Row's Youth Gone Wild, really. It's kind of like our kind of version of that, where it's about, a bunch of guys basically refusing to conform to the way things, in brackets, should be, because as you can probably imagine, guys that look like us walking around in this day and age, we're not of the, we are in the minority, unfortunately, now. And yeah, Here Comes the Party. It's just a sort of a middle finger, really, to any haters, and just to having a great time. And a lot of our songs are focused on the good times, and and getting people out of the way of thinking that if they've had a bad day, or they're going through some stuff at work or whatever, or like what you was doing, you was running around your neighbourhood, and then you hear a song and it sort of takes you to another place, and that's kind of what we like to do. So that's pretty much what sums up Here Comes the Party is about. It's like, here we are.
All right, perfect. Now, for Rock Metal Nation who dug the track, Here Comes the Party, will be super excited to know that there is a music video that accompanies the track. So if you want to check it out, you can go to today's show notes at www.therockmetalpodcast.ca. All right, now for Rock Metal Nation who dug the two tracks, so Give Me Love and Here Comes the Party, we'll be super excited to know that there is a full album called There Goes the Neighborhood. Now, it doesn't happen often, Shawn. I always get asked, did you listen to my album? Like, I get over 100 emails a week. I can't listen to very many albums. But like I said, I completely crapped my pants when I heard this, because I love this stuff, so I've been listening to the album nonstop, and it's an incredible album. But I wanted to hear from you, Shawn, especially for Rock Metal Nation, who hasn't heard the album. Do these two songs, would you say, are they indicative of what we should expect from the album?
Absolutely not, no. Those songs are obviously the individual songs, which we haven't just basically rewritten the same songs over and over again. There's a lot of diversity in the album. We have a new area which we've explored is more of a slightly darker element as well, more of a slightly edgy, sinister vibe on one or two of the songs as well. And we've just sort of incorporated these elements to sort of make things more interesting. And we've got this gigantic 1980s power ballad which would stand up with some of the best, I think. And the album really is shaped well. And these two songs, your anthems, your party songs, but there is so much more to offer as well. Songs that are really, really, really good songs that people would love to hear. I think there's something for everyone, basically.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Now, the next logical question then for Rock Metal Nation is, well, how do we stay in touch with all this stuff that's going on the World Wide Web?
Well, we're on the typical social media platform, so you can follow us on Facebook, which is just facebook.com/MIDNITE CITY UK, and obviously be aware that midnight isn't spelled the way you think. It's spelled MIDNITE. So that's the Facebook. On Instagram, it's /MIDNITE CITY official, and on Twitter as well, which is /MIDNITE CITY UK, same as the Facebook one. So we're always active on there. If you message us, we'll reply immediately. Any merch we have a shop as well, which you can see with all the t-shirts and the albums and posters, and we ship everything worldwide. So any fans, obviously in Canada or wherever, we regularly get people ordering stuff from. So yeah, we're always available.
Sweet. All right. Well, Shawn, unless there's anything else you wanted to throw out there, I just wanted to thank you for coming on to the Rock Metal Podcast and sharing Midnight City with Rock Metal Nation.
Nice. It's been great. Really, really. I've been looking forward to this for ages. So it's been great. Hopefully we can do it again soon.
All right, Rock Metal Nation. Hopefully you just found your new favorite band in Midnight City. Big thanks again to them for coming on and sharing their music with us. Make sure to head over to www.therockmetalpodcast.ca to get all the information on the show you just heard today. And until then, rock on, Rock Metal Nation.
Rock on, Rock Metal Nation.